Good morning, people. I am sitting here still. I say still, but for you guys it's tomorrow. And there is something important that I wanted to talk with you guys about. Because of the shifts that's happening, because of a lot of things being activated when it comes to our goals, when it comes to our passions, when it comes to love, when it comes to us, when it comes to new identities, when it comes to our abilities, when it comes to so many things. The sun found me. I'm like moving around to be a little bit hidden from the sun, because that it has a tendency to be very harsh when you film. So it's not like I hate the sun, I'm just trying to film. And because it's windy, I did put my microphone on. But what I really want to point out today, and this is like also giving you courage, giving you like a boost. I want to start out with saying that you are not crazy. You are not stuck. You are not an outsider. You are not a spiritual failure. You are not ugly. You are not poor. You're not alone. It's all questions, all feelings that we have, especially with this transformation that we're going through. And transformations are always very messy. They are. It's just how it is. It's a messy, emotional affair, and it can be slow, right? Transformation can be slow, or it can feel slow, because we are in the 3D. This is where our body is, right? It's not like we can take our body away, but we can make our spirit reach higher. Yeah, that is what we are doing with the transformation. Even if it feels slow, it makes us be in the here and now, because if we would run around in the forest, we would never see each other, right? We would just be stressed and afraid. I mean, it does something to our body when we see something run or something freak out. Our body's not thinking straight. The only thing it focuses on is getting you to safety. But that is the only thing it's focusing on. And that can be linked together with fear. So one thing I want to point out today, and what I want to, from the universe to me, to you, stop judging yourself. Stop judging yourself on this journey. I felt like someone poked me in the back. Thank you, Spirit. Moves us forward. And letting go of our identity is actually letting go of the old that we carry. All that. All the words that we have told ourselves, the judgment, the people who might also have put judgment on us, upon us. Okay. I feel that it's like a playful being here. Almost has this energy of like a fairy. Oh, what's happening with the shadows? So how do we identify ourselves? Well, we can identify ourselves as someone who is worried, as a worried person. Which is something you are not identifying yourself with anymore, because you're letting go of the old. You're not identifying yourself as a married person, if that resonates, or you're not identifying yourself as a single person. Again, this is what you need to be focusing on. And it's also to show you guys that what you identified yourself with in the past is not what you are being taught to identify yourself with now. And a lot of people has actually been going through identity crisis. I have a friend who's been going through that. And it feels like losing everything. It feels like you are no one. It feels like you are a spiritual failure. But it's the mind that's shaking off the old identity, and it doesn't know that there is a new identity. It doesn't, no. It wants to grab the past. It wants to grab the old. I felt something again. Just tapping into this beautiful, beautiful energy I heard. Just tapping into this beautiful energy. Yeah. I had this like weird like back pain, and this being was like let go of the fear and the emotions, the worry, because that is where we have our fears and emotions and worries. That is in the back. So if you have a sore back or back problems, there's something emotional that you're carrying around with you, which makes sense with this identity situation. Yeah, but it's for you to realize that with the new identity, you are not identifying yourself with the person who lived in that country, or with the person who carried that, or with the person who worked there. You might be pushed into not identifying yourself as a boyfriend or girlfriend anymore, or as a female or male, right? Maybe you are going through a transformation with your identity, right? Identity. Yeah. You're not the person that you were last time you were in a relationship. So you can compare that to the new coming in, because you're not that person anymore. Each and one of you guys, through the pandemic, which happened for a reason, because we needed to lose our identity. If you think about it, everything that's going on right now, the war, the planet going crazy, storms, tornadoes, the heat, the world, or our dear beloved Earth Mother is also losing her, him, its identity. Yeah. So again, embrace the storm. You will always be safe. If you tap into your intuition, you will stay away from the area where there is war, where there is chaos, where there is a tornado coming. Because intuition. There is one story that I remember, and there's a reason why I was guided to say that. With the mud slate, is that what you call it? That was in California. I think it's many years ago. There was a family, and there was a mother who lost her 2 daughters. And she had this intuitive feeling that they needed to leave the house, the home. But I think there was something about that one of the daughters was sick, or there was something about it. She was also worried about, like, you know, all the things, the house. What is it that we talked about yesterday? Materialistic things is something we are being called to let go of, in a way, because we are getting new things. Anyway, she didn't listen to her intuition about moving out of the house, and I don't want to get emotional. The house got totally carried away, and she lost her 2 daughters. I think one of her daughters survived. And she talked about this, like, if I just only had listened to my intuition. And we can all look back at situations where we listened to our intuition, or we heard our intuition, but we didn't move forward with it. And I believe that sometimes things happen for a reason, obviously. And if you think about, if you take something positive from, because that is what she did, something positive from her story, she is there to now help people who go through loss, like if you lose a kid. So my camera was turning on to 20% of battery. There is always a lesson, but it's also to teach other people that listen to your intuition. Listen to it, you know. It is so important. So you're letting go of many things. You're letting go of the way that you speak, the way that you walk, the way that you talk. It's a complete new you. And I feel sometimes, again, we struggle so much with letting go of the old that we sometimes don't even realize that there is a new us. And with this transformation, fear obviously will always pop up. You will always be doubtful, but you will handle it in a better way. It will not take over. It will not have a hold on you. And you will not be fearful for too long, because again, it's something you have learned, because you are shaking off the old identity. It doesn't have any hold of you. Is that how you say that? So really let go of suffering, let go of fear, worry, let go of all that, because you don't identify yourself with that anymore. But like I said, on our pathway, it will pop up because it's a part of our growth, but we actually learn to handle it in a new way. And it's also our responsibility to be free, not to be stuck, which makes sense with the daily reading that will be posted tomorrow. Each and one of us are receiving like a soul gift, including contracts. There's a lot of new contracts, but we are receiving soul gifts at the moment. It's something that we hate. We hate to receive it because it comes with freedom, and freedom only happens when we break free, right? If we let go of something that has been holding us back. I am moving around, moving into the shadow. No, we're moving out of the shadow. Freedom is letting go of the old and start anew, start afresh, which we all know that can be very, very scary to do that. Especially as a human, if your human is just very, very human bound, 3D bound, it will be even harder for you. Because the earth place or plan or whatever you call it, the 3D, there is a lot of fear here. That's why we get down. That's why we get down here. It's why we are being over and over and over are being incarnated. Wow, that word. You guys know what I mean. We choose to be a human, to come down here to learn. This is the only universe where we're learning people. The other universes has other things. But this universe is special. Yeah. And the planet is evolving, you know. It is. There's just new things everywhere. I'm keeping an eye out for the bees, but we are not fearful of bees right now. Another thing I want to say is don't overwork yourself. That's another thing we are learning. Don't overburden yourself with too many materialistic possessions. It is something we have been speaking about a lot. It's a part of the age of Aquarius that we're letting go of the need to own a lot of things, right? And it's not to be this person of like, ooh, you shouldn't own too many things, because we can own as many things as we want, but it needs to have a purpose in our life. How many of you guys have clothes in your closet right now where you're like, I'm never going to walk in this, I'm never going to wear this, but I keep it because I spent money on it, right? It's that way. Yeah, don't be frustrated in relationships. No more. I will speak about that tomorrow as well. No more living or making choices out of fear. No more. So yeah, we are being forced to let go of all the attachments, all the worries, everything that comes in between the lines of fear and worry and doubt and hate. Yeah. And stress. We are not stressing anymore. Everything that doesn't make us happy, we are realizing these days what we need to let go of. Also, when it comes to goals, I spoke about that in today's daily reading, actually. So let go of everything you don't identify yourself with, also people or work or whatever. Again, because if you work at a place and you're like, well, it's money, then you are back at this materialistic thing, because the universe will always catch you and make sure that if you go after your dreams and desires, you will receive what you need. And if you still have a belief system that that is not for you, there is still a lot of things that you need to work on when it comes to your identity. These shadows are for real. Well, leaves, right? Leaves are a beautiful sign of identity shaking, because when we come to autumn or winter, the leaves are shedding, right? So that when summer comes, it can grow the beautiful new lush green baby leaves. Yes. It doesn't keep the leaves, never, ever. Every year it sheds. And I feel that something very powerful is happening for us this year. And that is everything I wanted to touch upon today, people. So I will leave you with your thoughts. And then I will talk to you guys later or tomorrow. Bye.